everyone. It is so good to see you all. Welcome to our show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot. I am both a tarot reader, Western, and Vedic astrologer, and I'm just excited to have you here today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tanys Coughlan, and I am the founder and owner of Twillow Lifestyle Community and the Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And I am a Reiki Master, Celtic Shamanic High Priestess, Oracle Crystal Master. So I'm really excited to share stuff with you tonight. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
Hi, everyone. I'm Renata Zimmer of Readings by Renata. You can reach me at readings@renata.net. I am a medical intuitive, psychic medium, coach, counselor, a whole bunch of other things. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you coming and asking your questions and spending this hour with us.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with a collective reading. So let's have Tanys shoot off for us.
Okay. So when I picked cards, I got flying free. So this would be stuff that's coming. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of this energy that needs to come forward is what's happening. So we are going to be flying free. And I think that this really speaks to, how our pandemic is starting to sort of resolve a little bit. And so this is to give hope, right? You'll notice she's on a big dove there. That's all about peace and harmony, love. So really the way to fly free is to bring love in, right? And we need to accept what is, because there are things that are changing. And we are very, as a race, we're very change stressed at the moment, and change resistant. We don't really like change, so accepting what is going to be very important to achieve that. And we are embarking on an adventure, right? So we are bringing in way higher vibration than what we have before, and that is going to bring about a whole new way of living. So schooling and study and education are going to help your life purpose and personal growth. And my camera doesn't really want to focus, but anyway. And so this is about really embracing the changes and embracing the all the learning that is coming with all of this, because our whole situation around the world right now, there's a lot of learning going on. But know that when you follow your heart, prosperity will come. Okay, so following your heart is making those decisions out of love instead of out of fear. So the whole message here is to really stay in that love, so that, like the dove, so that we can fly free and learn and evolve to our higher vibrational selves. Okay.
As always, that's amazing advice, Tanys. Okay, just to let you know what's going on astrologically, Venus and Mars are going to have one of the longest wars in the sky starting the 11th. And the exact conjunction takes place on the 16th of this month. And it's going to go until about March 12th, when Venus again passes Mars. Now, the reason this war is going on for so long, and this is very rare, everyone, is because Venus just popped out of retrograde. And what that does is when a planet goes retrograde, when it goes to turn around, like a car turning around and getting back on the freeway, it's very slow because it's got to go from reverse and then it has to go direct. So Venus is moving very slowly right now because it's almost stationary. And then Mars is already kind of a slow planet. It's every 2 years, is going to catch up with Venus. And as Venus starts to speed up, they're going to be moving in tandem together. Now, what that does is it's going to cause some wars, because Mars is a warrior. Venus rules our love, our relationships, our money, things like that. So just be aware of this, both on a personal front and just out in public. Practice some patience, some calm. From the Wild Goddess Oracle, I pulled the angels. Rely on the angels for love and support. And then I got the truth. Instead of getting emotional during this time, focus on what's true, what's factual. Okay, be honest with yourself and your feelings moving through this energy. And then the last card I got was the manifester. So a lot of positive things can manifest out of this energy if it's used properly. So learning to kind of work through some of the battles that come your way and help them propel your projects and goals forward would be the best way to use this. But again, be truthful with yourself and the way that you're coming across with other people during that time. Okay, many blessings to you guys.
Thank you, Michelle. I love all the astrological stuff. It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
So much like the ladies were talking about, I got a lot of stuff that falls in line. So, yeah, we have had some unexpected things come our way, and we may have a few more. But as Miss Tanys said, acceptance is key.
Mhm.
All right. Because the more we resist it and the more we try to fight it, like this is just bigger than us, you guys. So, I mean, we can go downstream kicking and screaming, or we can go downstream while just chilling out and like relaxing. It's kind of that's where our power lies. That's where our choice lies. From a different deck, I got this to be open like the lotus. So this is more of that, be accepting of what's coming our way. And also, interestingly, I was kind of curious to see what the Lemurian deck would say. And I got, we're on a journey that's far beyond the mind, that's taking us, some of the struggles we've been through are actually helping us move us away from being stuck in our brains and moving into closer connection with the light beings and with our purpose and more in alignment with who we're meant to be.
Yeah, from a galactic standpoint, the galactics are really
Yes.
supportive right now. They're really more present. Sorry.
Yeah, and no, it's okay. It's right in line with what you're saying. This is a time for star seeds to start coming through and stepping into their power. And also there's some kind of a connection with our ancient future. I always think of this card as like a full circle kind of a thing. So we're connecting back to our past lives. So again, this is like a lot of like the deep multi-live work that a lot of us are doing and kind of are being pushed into almost, whether or not we want to be. But this is really for our highest good. So this is not necessarily like a big, scary, negative kind of a thing that a lot of people have been looking at, which is how a lot of people have been seeing it. So those are the cards that I got.
Awesome. Okay, so we already have a couple of tippers. So if you came early and you post your question, we will get to you. But know that up here in the corner, tips get priority. Okay, so our first question is from Rachel Rose Farber. And her question is, hi, ladies, nice outfit. Oh, thank you. I actually changed twice. I did, because then my hair got caught and we were getting ready to go on the show and my husband had to get my neck. It was okay. Anyway, I want to know if I should apply to an art and design program in San Diego or just focus on the NYU animal program or potentially options abroad. I got rejected from the dietetics program. And now my options are less, which is actually a blessing. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to move forward. And I asked the Wild Goddess Oracle, because this is a long question. I'm going to go ahead and hide it for a second. Okay. So you can see the cards. All right. So the first card I got for you, Rachel, was the Guardian. Take time to become aware of and prepare for all of the contingencies by making your home base secure so you feel safe and protected. So I feel like this needs to be a place where you can secure your base, a place where you feel safe. If it's New York, I go to New York. And then I said, so what do you think she's going to be amazing at, Spirit? Because she has so many gifts. She's this talented musician. She is in both singing and violin. She has all of these, gifts that are starting to shine through. I got the healer. So you or possibly someone you care about need to be healed from the effects of past traumas before things can be resolved to your liking. So I feel like there might be some things holding you back, but I also feel that this card means that in healing yourself, you will be able to step up and heal others. And I know that both Tanys, I think, pulled up 2 animal cards for you in the past, and Renata pulled that dolphin card.
Yeah.
So you clearly have a gift for the quadrupeds, okay, and the furry and fluffy among us. So it's possible that that is the best kind of path for you. And I feel like that, you might have done this in a past life. You can see the pyramids behind her. But, basically what this means, it's, treatments, herbs, remedies, curative powers. And maybe you could combine, like I think we've talked about this before, the dietitian work into an animal healing practice. So even though you got turned down for the dietitian stuff, I do see that as a blessing, because I think it can open the door for alternative and holistic medicine for pets. My pets get holistic medicine. We do CBD. Our vet does acupuncture. It's a very integral part of veterinary practices now in the United States, and I'm sure in Canada as well. So I would definitely look into something like that. And that's just what I'm getting from Spirit for you. What did you get, Tanys?
Mm-hmm. I actually got the energy healing card too. When I was, it came out right as you were talking about energy healing. It popped out of the deck. So really about energy healing. And so I also got a teacher. So I think, I think that you teach music. So I would continue to do that while you're doing all of this other stuff. I would say that is an indicator for that. But you are embarking on a new adventure. Okay, and we've got the foreign lands there in the background as well. So there's something to do with that, past life business as well is coming forward. So I'm not sure if that means that the healing energy piece is part of the past lives. I would actually wonder if, have you looked at doing pet Reiki, for instance? There's animal Reiki. So that might be another way to incorporate the energy healing in with your work with animals. So I don't know how popular that is in the States because I'm from Canada, but I know that we do have practitioners here that do animal Reiki. I have trained in it. I don't do it all that often just because I have other stuff that I'm involved in, but it's quite rewarding if you do get a chance to do that. So you could do something like that. I have that you will be making a difference. And again, this is that communication with spirit. So again, be tapping into your communication with spirit and accepting what is, right? Holding on to that rose that she's got in her hands, and it's blue. So I really do feel like there's something here about teaching, and writing was the other card that I had. So there's some writing that you might do, and I really, for me, I'm really feeling the energy healing, like the Reiki, animal Reiki, would be a good option for you in the meantime, while you're sort of looking at this other stuff. It's not a lot of training, but it's something that can help you if you need something that's pretty quick, right? The training for Reiki is all about increasing your capacity to run the light and run the healing energy. So, it's not like weeks and weeks of programs. It's usually a few days. And you get the certificate in that. So anyway, that's what I'm feeling, is that there's something like that, and definitely keep up the teaching, because there's something you're going to teach in and do the writing, which feels like manuals to me. Okay, hope that's helpful.
And Tanys, quick question: is Reiki something you can do on animals?
Yes. Oh, yes, I do that. That's what I mean. She should do that. Should look at the Reiki on animals thing. There's a whole certificate where that is, because animals all have their own chakra system in that as well, and so you can actually get quite detailed in that. It's quite rewarding. I've done Reiki on animals. I did it on like a Chihuahua, and they were like really hyper, and then I started doing the Reiki, and next thing I knew, he curled up beside me and fell asleep beside me.
I need a session with you. Because my Chihuahua's nuts.
It's a lot of fun. I actually had I went to a little zoo that we have here, and there was a large cat, I can't remember whether it was a cougar or something like that, or a panther, and it was like going right, like it was feeding time, right? So she was agitated. She was going back and forth, and she was like, it was agitating me because, of course, being a physical empath.
Mm-hmm.
So I started beaming love and light at her. Next thing we know, she settles down, and then she lays down beside her bowl and waits for the guy to come in and feed her.
That's
so
awesome.
Love
absolutely,
that.
it's a great technique to use, and it's a lot of fun working with the animals if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, so I would recommend that you look into that as well.
All right.
Thank you, Tanys. Yeah, it's interesting because I've done energy healing. That's kind of how I started. I'm not a Reiki master like Miss Tanys. It's all just sort of very unofficial with me. But I intuitively, I don't like zoos. It makes me feel very sad. Because I pick up on what the animals are feeling as well. Yeah. But like if I go to like a preserve or like a sanctuary, and I always feel for them too. Like if they're in a more enclosed space, and I try to do some of my energy kind of connect to them in that way, I always feel very connected. So I feel I figure, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to be able to do Reiki and actually learn. And by the way, Rachel was saying that she does Reiki on her little pup, Ollie.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
makes total sense. So Rachel, I got this card for you. This is the first card that I got for you. And it's change direction with ease. And this was regarding, Spirit actually came through because I was asking, why is Rachel experiencing like some of this, like kind of being shut down? Like she's trying to put herself out there, but she's experienced a couple of things where she was kind of shut down. And Spirit, I feel like I drew this card as a response, but what I'm feeling is that this is meant to expand you and make you more comfortable with when things don't go your way. So Spirit is kind of putting this stuff into your life right now so that you learn how to be more okay with that kind of thing, because that's just part of life. And that's how we learn and that's how we grow. So that is why you're experiencing some of those rejections. Like I know you've tried a couple of different things and like you didn't get it, or like it was a no-go. I know you mentioned to us. So I feel like that's a very important thing happening right now, if that makes sense. I also got, let me see here, Soul Star Chakra. And I feel like this is for you very important to be connected to. You're going through a humongous transformative time spiritually. I know you're aware of that, and you've talked about some of the voices that you have coming through and like connecting to light beings, but I'm just getting that all over the place for you. I got this light dancer card, which again is very indicative of you connecting to all kinds of different light beings, and there's past life stuff happening. Let me see if there was anything else that was significant. The Lemurian deck was calling for you to have gracious receptivity, so just be open to that stuff coming through. Again, as Tanys said, it doesn't have to be, it can be at your own pace. It doesn't have to be at an uncomfortable level, right? But that stuff is definitely coming through. And I feel like, here's the card that I really wanted you to see, but I got the meditation card for you as well. So while you're kind of trying to, again, you're still trying to figure a lot of this stuff out in your mind, and you're still kind of like, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. And again, Spirit is calling on you to just settle into your body, connect more with that peaceful kind of side of you, peace, relief, sanctuary. I think like even the imagery here is kind of important. It's out in nature. And I think this is really vital. And I agree with the ladies that you very much, like to me, just intuitively, you're very connected to animals. You're obviously very connected to light beings. It makes perfect sense for you to combine these two things. So maybe you could like seek out specific opportunities where you might be able to at least give it a try. And that would be my suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Renata. That was beautiful. I love how all of our readings connect.
I know.
Okay, so our next question is from Karen Pulver. Hi, Karen. And if she came after you, know that Karen tipped. So again, tips take priority. So hello, lovely ladies. Can you tell me about my dreams? I've been dreaming a lot about going back to school or taking a test, and I'm not prepared. It's very unnerving. Anyway, can I do a ritual before sleep so I can stop these dreams? Okay, Karen. So I did pull a few cards for you. And second, I have that dream all the time. So you're not alone. And sometimes I'm even naked. So it's like you come in and you're not dressed and you have a test. It's not uncommon. Okay. So the first card that I got for you from the Wild Goddess Oracle was the Fortune Teller. Okay. And I love that the Wild Goddess Oracle is like in the cards. But what this means is this is an indication that you possess or need to foster the qualities of intuition and being able to kind of map out your day using either the tarot or oracle cards. So what I see for you is you can start developing a skill set through the tarot and through oracle cards just to kind of give your mind a new way of looking and seeing things. I mean, the Wild Goddess Oracle is excellent. My friend, my sister-in-law, Karen, uses it, and she's brand new to the craft and she loves it and has a little journal and everything. So maybe journaling before bed, pulling a few cards and writing your thoughts down would help. And so then I asked my self-care oracle what, you could do before bed, and I got sweet treat. So make yourself something delicious and enjoy it, maybe with a little bit of tea before bed. I have chocolate peanut butter cups. That's my thing. Dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's. So pick out the one thing that you love the most and just give yourself a little sweet treat. A little bit of sugar is Sophic. Okay. That's pure. And then
try not to cackle here.
Okay. So then I got the pleasure card. Okay. And this is happy pleasure downstairs. Now I know that you are Vishaka Nakshatra, and Ketu, which is the planet of past lives, just entered Vishaka Nakshatra, and you have almost a stellium there. Now Vishaka is the most sexually driven nakshatra. It's the male tiger, and a lot of the angst that you can be feeling can be released through sex. And so that's one thing that I would recommend doing more of. Okay. And then I asked what was causing all of this from the past lives oracle. I got a karmic relationship that you're going through right now. I believe it's one of your children. And given that, I know that one of them is going through her Rahu Ketu axis right now. She's basically facing all of her past life stuff and dealing with all of the obsessions and illusions that are moving forward. And you're feeling and taking on a lot of the anxiety that accompanies that. So doing some self-care, making yourself something sweet to eat, having more pleasure with your husband. You can tell him I said that.
Oh boy, don't tell my husband that.
And then buy yourself an oracle, whatever calls to you. Okay. So that's my advice to you. I hope that helps, Karen.
So Karen, I actually, as soon as I read that, I feel as though you're in spirit school during sleep time.
Yeah.
And so you are doing study, which is one of the first cards that came up. Okay. So reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So the angels are supporting and guiding and protecting you as your dreams become reality. So I do think there's something that you might want to start to study. So I don't know. I'm not sure that it's something, it feels like personal development study to me, like spiritual study, as opposed to, like going to university. I think there's you're going through spirit school in dream time, which means the guides are teaching you during your dream time. So you're going to find that there's a lot of upgrade energy coming in for you. So that will change sort of how your vibration is. You may feel a little bit like, oh, I feel different this morning for some reason, right? Because they're helping you break down barriers in your life. See, there's new growth here in the center. So it's really about that light coming in from other side here, light coming in. Okay, that's the light coming in, and then you've got the new growth that's starting. So I do feel that it's about spirit school that you're dreaming, and just my advice would be to ask the guides to not, you can tell them you don't want to remember your dreams if that's what you want, right? You don't have to remember that. I always tell them if it's not helping me in my current life, in my current 3D, then I don't need to remember it. Okay. So I do think that it's spirit school for you. Looks like Linda agrees. And I do feel communication freely. This is about that not only communicating in the 3D, but I think this is about that spiritual communication piece, because that's part of why you're in the spirit school at night. Okay. So I do feel like Michelle was saying that getting an oracle deck, doing some writing, that kind of stuff, that's all going to help you. And I do see that there's a cultivating prosperity. So I think there's an aspect of this that you're going to be able to start to make some money at this as well. So it's at least going to increase your vibration, and abundant vibration will bring in abundance. Okay. So I do feel that it's about spirit school and your spiritual journey. Okay. Hope that's helpful.
Thank you, Ms. Tanys. Karen, when I read your question, my intuitive feeling for it right away was that not only is there it's a little bit complex, because not only is there a spiritual part, but there is also, I feel like at least a good chunk of this is also just who you are, and you like to be really well prepared. And so some of this is like your mind's way of kicking back at you because you're going through a lot of things. You're going through a lot of changes. I know you're learning to be a coach. You're studying to be a coach, so that might be part of that development. And some things are happening with your daughter, and I mean, there's been a lot of things aside from that, like a lot of smaller shifts, I feel like. So some of it is just your mind kind of like wanting to be, you're really kind of meticulous about wanting to be very well prepared. So it's kind of, some of this at least is your mind kind of like just resisting and being like, no, I don't want all this change. I want this to be calm and steady. And like, I want this to be predictable. So I think in doing meditation and connecting more to your body, you can actually calm a lot of this down. Okay. Now, as far as the cards, I feel like these dreams, I mean, they have a purpose too. And so they're meant to reveal some new information, or maybe old information, I should say, because some of this is past life stuff. And by the way, can't make the stuff up, and I'm getting the chills, so this is very on point. I got the seer for you. So you're very much also, isn't it funny because this is also happening to your daughter, and it's kind of interesting. You guys are kind of going through a parallel experience, but you're also very much intuitive, and some of these gifts are really coming through, but they're coming at you rapidly. I got this beautiful Atlantis card. And it says rapid development, excellence, success. Okay. So this is very much you going through these changes at a quick pace, more, quickly than you're actually comfortable with, or quicker than you're comfortable with. So it's just kind of your almost your physical body. You talk about this often. Our human bodies do have some limitations, and sometimes we get resistance. It's like the body wants to put the brakes on, so it just doesn't necessarily feel so great. But what's happening to you is really kind of magical. And as far as advice and what you should do, I got reclaim your energy. This is a big one. We know you're such a giver and you're such a lovely and kind person. You try to take care of everybody else. It's very, very important for you to regularly indulge in activities, or maybe non-activities, where you get time to yourself and you get to recharge. It's very important because you're also empathic, and so constantly being around other people can sometimes wear you down. So it's important for you to have a little bit of that time to yourself. And finally, I got this Manifesta card in that Lemurian deck. So this is also, if you are okay with it and if you want, this is a good time for you to manifest some new things. Okay. So it's just like a very kind of quickened, kind of like a short what's that word? Footnotes, a version or whatever.
Coles notes.
No, that's not what we call it, right, Michelle?
Coles notes. No.
Footnotes? Maybe it's a different term in Canada. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
But it's just like a quick kind of a version. So you're kind of, why? Because you've already done some of this work in your past lives, I should say. So yeah, so this is kind of getting you back on track with where you have already been, but like you're kind of picking up where you left off, and you're moving ahead, and it's just really uncomfortable, and it's a quick pace, and it's, again, very interesting that there's this parallel between you and your daughter, but you guys are both going through some intense stuff. So
yeah, Cliff Notes in the US, Coles Notes in Canada.
Cliff Notes. Okay, I was trying to figure out what you guys were talking about. Yeah. Okay, all right, so we actually have another tipper. So we hope that was helpful, Karen. Much love to you. We'll see you soon. And it's from Shem. Hey, Shem.
Hey, Shem.
Hey, Shem.
And Shem asks, what do I need to know about career and how to move forward? Okay, Shem. So I did pull a few cards for you. And the first card I pulled for you was the Traveler. Okay. So let travel, education, and communication systems take you and your ideas in the world, and or use the same to bring the world to you. So I feel like you need to get out a little more, show the world what you've got, uh, share the type of skills that you can bring into the fold. I know that you helped with, I believe, some election work a while ago, and it went really well, and you were very helpful, and that tells me that you're good in groups. And then the second card I got was the Alchemist from the Wild Goddess Oracle. So this tells me that you're transforming some of the more leaden aspects of your daily life into a golden experience available to all. And this is my Feng Shui card. So I know that Tanys will be able to tell you maybe some blocks that are going on in your home environment that need to be harmonized. But I just got told right quadrant, Tanys. So maybe tap into that right quadrant of the house. There's something there that's kind of maybe blocking some energy. And she can also recommend some crystals for you as well. But I think bringing a little bit more flow into your home is something that's needed. And then I said, okay, so what should her main focus be right now as far as career? I got Sagittarius in the 7th house of relationships and marriage. Okay. So I'm getting that even though you are, and Rosie agrees with her Chewy, you are, Sagittarius is a mutable sign. It's the fire without a lot of the fury that, in the passion that you would see from maybe Leo or Aries. It's good at working with others. I know.
I love that sound.
I know, that's Rosie. She's just agreeing, she's letting me know that I'm on track. And then finding balance and cooperation in your marriage. And I think that finding balance in your home environment is necessary as well, because I get that the travel card means that, while you're putting yourself out there and showing the world your unique skill set, first you're going to need to balance things at home and with your relationships. And I know I've read your Vedic chart. So you are in your 7th house right now. That's where the focus needs to be. And you are also going through, I believe, I think it's Saturn Sun Dasha. I'll have to look at your chart. But yeah, it's a time to focus on your marriage and to focus on your relationships with family and things like that, predominantly your marriage, and then finding balance within your home. And I think that will really open up the doors for you to get out and show the world what you can do. So many blessings to you. And thank you so much for joining us. It's so wonderful that you're here.
All right. So your back right corner is about relationships. There's yes. So there are some things in there that probably can use some work. I would work with some rose quartz on that, but also I would work with selenite. So selenite transmutes energy, transmutes from lower vibration to higher vibration. So if one thing that I often suggest to people, especially with the cards that you have that I'll get to in a sec, is rose quartz, black tourmaline, and selenite in all of the outside corners of your place. So if it's an apartment or in a house, it doesn't matter. Outside corners, put those crystals in the outside corners. That's what they do. Is the black tourmaline will help protect. Selenite is going to help transmute stuff as it comes through. And the rose quartz is going to bring love to the house. Because I asked about your relationship, and it is a soulmate. So I just feel, because it's a soulmate, there's some work to do there, but I do feel that it is a possibility. Okay. So I don't think, I think that it's just like Michelle was saying, it's about focusing on that for the moment. Okay. So I do think you're going through some transitions. This one here is about new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way that you view the world and yourself. So allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. My next one was talk to your angels. So instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. Okay. So they're really asking you to tune in yourself to find out what's coming, because I did get career change. So I do feel that there is a change coming for you, and that the angels are going to tell you what that will be. You see here, there's an angel on top of that lighthouse. So I really feel like they're like prodding you to do something very specific. And it's something that you're going to be taking a leadership role in. It may even have something to do with writing. Okay. So whether that's, I don't know why I'm hearing blog. for you for that. So maybe there's some kind of a blogging that you can do that will help to do that. That's also taking a leadership role. So maybe pick a topic that you're really passionate about and start a blog or something along those lines. But whatever it is, you're going to be exceeding your own expectations in that. So I think that there's a block in that you're almost afraid of your own success, if that makes sense. So there's a piece there where you just need to let that go and just know that energy is expansive, right? The limitations that we put on ourselves are the limitations we put on ourselves. There's no limit to universal energy and what we can use it for and how we use it. So it's just about transmuting that energy and moving forward. And I think that, with the relationship stuff, it's going to require a little bit of attention, but it looks to me pretty good, considering it's a soul connection. Now, mind you, soulmates don't necessarily stay together your entire lives. Usually soulmates come in for a specific purpose, and we have a soul contract with them for a specific purpose. So it's one of those things that could go either way, but it looks pretty promising if you give the work, right? Marriage takes work.
There are different kinds of soulmates too, right?
Exactly.
Some soulmates are in our lives to teach us some things, and other soulmates are in our lives to stay long term. And there's a big difference between those.
There is. I didn't get anything negative in the relationship thing, so that's why I was saying there's hope there still. I think that there's a lot of free will involved in that right now, and so yeah, I think it's worth working on. Okay, hope that's helpful.
Thank you, Tanys. Okay, Miss Shem. So it's interesting because I actually pulled other cards, and then as the ladies were speaking, I'm like, I just want a little clarification, and so I'm going to show this to you first. I got this push to the surface card, and I think the message there is significant. It says, you may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. And I feel, this is what I was picking up on intuitively with you. I feel like you're in your relationship and in your kind of home situation, it's like you've sort of developed this routine, which we all do, but you've been kind of like settled in that routine for a long time. And it's almost like you're just unsure as to how to move forward because of that, because you are seeking security, right? Mm-hmm. The only thing is that security, the way that our brains view it, is knowing what's going to happen ahead of time. That's what the brain wants. And there is no such thing in life, right? So part of why we're here is to learn how to be more open and be more flexible and not be so rigid. So that's kind of the thing. You can find security if you're working on yourself. And I feel like the ladies were talking about you stepping into a leadership role. I do see that for you, but I think you need to do some work before you are going to feel comfortable and confident enough to step into that kind of role. It is within you, and you have the gifts within you. But you might need to do a little bit of work. Now, I got a couple of the cards from the Lemurian deck for you. This is kind of an interesting one. I don't get this one often, but this is the Ether card. And this is actually talking about like the kind of like the more fifth dimensional stuff and kind of the intangible to us in this world, or to most of us, I guess, in this world and on this plane. But you are meant to connect to that. And you also have definitely some spiritual and some intuitive gifts, and you are meant to connect to those. So I think that's what this card is talking about. And also it says the seamless, unspeakable, but this is kind of like what Tanys was talking about, that there isn't really any limitation to our energetic gifts and to us as energetic beings. We do have a lot of limitations in our human bodies and in these lives, but they're not really truly a thing when we're kind of on the other side. So this is kind of a reminder for you. And the other card I got for you from this deck is the sacral chakra. And I always feel like this is such a strong one for you anyway. Like anytime you come on and you ask us a question, I always feel like your sacral area needs to be built up more. And that's where some of your self-doubt comes in. I know this one very well, by the way, very personally familiar with this one. So oftentimes when we feel kind of uncertain of ourselves and we don't have enough confidence, perhaps to feel comfortable enough with stepping into our truth and into who we truly are, we need to build up that sacral chakra. So, you know, I like to do some meditation where I just imagine, like, it's kind of like doing Reiki internally, kind of on yourself. And I imagine moving my energy more into that sacral area, and kind of build that area, kind of fatten it up. You know what I mean? Just energetically. Okay. Don't panic. Um, just imagine moving more energy there, because you're kind of, it feels a little bit bare. It feels a little bit empty. Yeah, well, that's kind of how I do it. I mean, there are more, I'm sure there are other ways of doing it. When you actually take a leap and you do something that you are not necessarily super comfortable with, that will help build it up as well. When you lean into your gifts and you don't go with what your brain is saying, like, don't do it, I'm not going to be good enough, I'm never going to, you know, when you don't move in that direction and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And however it works out is how it works out. I'm not going to worry about it. That's also partially how you build it up. Like for me, I've done some things that I was very uncomfortable with. And so I managed to build up that space a lot, just doing things that I was very uncomfortable with initially. Okay, that does change with time. So that's some of the ways that you can build it up. Tanys?
Yeah, I just had a couple of thoughts on that for building it up.
Mm-hmm.
For my clients and stuff, I would recommend like using a carnelian, and doing creative activities. And you know, also it's your sexual center for women, so doing that, you know, creating intimacy would help both those things that are a little bit lower right now. So creating some with the hubby, and that helps to bolster that energy. So it's very much your creative center and that sexual energy. And so doing art and craft as well will also help to boost that up for you. Sorry, Renata. I just
no, it totally goes with what I was saying. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I also got this the healing temple card for you. And I think this is twofold. I think this is, you need to do some healing for yourself, but you're also meant to be a healer for others. So that's part of your gift. You have very healing energy just in general. So just talking to you, connecting to you, I always feel like that's a strong one for you. So this is some of what you're meant to be doing. And I think this is some of what you will be stepping into a little bit more. And finally, for your relationship, since we were talking about your relationship being a big part of this, I got this forgiveness card. And I feel like this is a really strong one, but not only for your husband, but for yourself too, because I feel like you're hard on yourself and you don't do well with forgiving yourself. So there's stuff that you're running over and over in your head and you're like, but I wish I would have done it this way, or I wish I would have handled it that way. You've got to, oh, that's awesome. Carnelian is your
good.
But you have to find a way to just move past it. Just like you're in your human form, in our human forms, and I mean, even in our energetic forms, I think, I can't remember for sure, but Tanys might be able to answer that one. But I think like we're not about being perfect, and we put these ridiculous expectations on ourselves that are not even possible. We're so hard on ourselves. You know, I'm guilty of it as well. And we have to remind ourselves that it's okay that we made a mistake, as long as we're able to kind of admit it to ourselves, because being in denial is not very helpful. And finally, I got the spiritual connection card for you. And this speaks to, I feel like this is, as Tana said, you do have a spiritual connection to your husband, but you need to focus on this a little bit more and strengthen that between the two of you. And if you strengthen that, then I feel like other things will fall into place. So have some kind of a spiritual exchange with your husband. Maybe meditate together. Go, do yoga together. Go on walks together. Yeah, do those kinds of things.
It's great.
Yeah. So hope that was helpful, Sham.
There's the Ho'oponopono. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, you're welcome. So it's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Okay.
And you
We
just
hope that
repeat it.
that was, go ahead. Oh, okay. So you just repeat that to each other. All right. So let's get back to some of our comments here. Now, again, we're going back to the very beginning of the questions because we had to get to our tippers first. So we only have a very limited time here, guys. So if you want to get your question answered, go ahead and tip. I get notified and we're good to go. So there you go. All right. So Kay, thank you for being patient. And Kay says, I've decided to take your advice and try my best to be peaceful with my mother-in-law, who is a property manager and is going to assist us with our home. Well, I'm glad that that worked. So you were correct with the second chance of it all. And I've decided not to take control of the situation. Good. After all, and move forward. My question is, what is on the other side of this? And she also goes on to say, I feel like I'm opening a can of worms, but I haven't lost hope yet. So that's really good. Okay. Okay, Kay, here we go. First card I got, 10th house. After you get settled into this, this could lead to a career for you. Okay. Your mother-in-law might be a stepping stone for you in the workplace. So being nice to her and being kind and being optimistic is really going to help you moving forward, because she's already going to help you with your housing situation, because I know that your landlord was causing all kinds of problems. It says success and responsibility. Okay, so you can learn a lot from her, I'm getting, from this experience, career-wise. And then from the Wild Goddess Oracle, I got the truth. So you cannot be truthful with another person unless you are first truthful and honest with yourself. The truth is not afraid of questions. So, I mean, I love this because it's a beautiful Valkyrie and she's pushing back the lies and the darkness. She's a brave warrioress, and she's not going to shrink back from anyone whose truth seems different from hers, nor will she try to shut them out or stifle them in some way. So it is true that the truth will set you free. So living in your truth, I feel, is most key for you right now. And remember that the truth isn't necessarily about being right. It's not about stifling other people. It's just about living in your dharma, which is following the right path and living authentically. Okay, so I think that if you are authentic with her, this is going to go really well. Okay. And I just said, you know, what can she do self-care wise? Because I know you've been going through a lot of stress, and I got kind of a weird card. So this is something you definitely want to look into, is look into getting a health checkup. I don't know if this is you or your mother-in-law. Tanys will be able to tap into whose energy this is, but there's a health checkup that needs to happen. I'm getting it's you just because of the stress that you've been under. It can take a really heavy toll on your immune system, which can cause problems. So maybe just going in, getting checked up, making sure everything's working okay. And then staying optimistic was the last card I got. So staying optimistic, positive thinking, and faith in your relationship with your husband and with your mother-in-law moving forward is really going to make this a resounding success. But the big card that I got was career and the truth. So those are two things that you're going to be able to carry out of this experience. And I hope that was helpful, Kate. Blessings to you.
Hi, Kate. Good to see you again. So I would say, from what I was getting when Michelle was talking, there's two areas I would look at. One would be your adrenals. I'm feeling a bit like there's some adrenal fatigue going on there. And just make sure that you've had your regular yearly female one, just to make sure everything is good. Okay, so those are the two areas I would look at. Not feeling anything super negative, but it's just probably just bringing it up as a regular kind of thing. Okay, so the other ones I got were sharing of yourself. So this is about your mother-in-law. So the more that you share of yourself and of your true being, right? That divine being that is inside all of us, the one that's able to share love and compassion, the more you can share that piece, the more you're going to start to heal the past. Okay, which was the next one. So really doing that healing, because remember, you know, all of these roots here, in this card, the roots coming from the bamboo here, I see those as like family roots, right? So a lot of the behaviors and stuff that come up for people So in this case, for you and your mother-in-law, I think that all of those roots really, there are things attached to those roots that need to be cleared. Okay. And so I think that the more that you can sort of clear those roots, I don't know why the roots are sticking out on this card for me right now, but it's about the family roots. So there's some stuff that has happened, and there's some ancestral clearing would be really helpful, I think. If your mother-in-law is open to that with her, then if not, then doing your ancestral clearing will help to clear away some of your triggers as well. Okay, because that's often, it'll help the relationship. The Ho'oponopono we had on earlier would also help. That will help you to step into stillness. Okay, my power is born in the majesty of stillness, and tapping into that intuition. Right, the moon is also about intuition, and she's riding on the moon. So I really feel that you could tap into your intuition and ask the angels for support in this. The angels are like, just have her ask. So it's about asking. We have free will, so they can't intervene unless we actually ask. So I would encourage you to ask your angels for support in this area. And you're going to be planting seeds, right? This for me is about these seeds. So you're planting those seeds with your mother-in-law to start new growth, a new type of relationship going forward, right? And because there are these roots, bamboo is one of those things that you see all of this stuff happening underneath and you don't actually see what's happening, and then all of a sudden it bursts up. So I think you're going to be able to really make some progress if you start sharing of yourself. You may not see it right away, but then you're going to see like a big difference. Okay, so just keep doing what you're doing, looking at the relationship with positivity, maybe doing the Ho'oponopono one with your mother-in-law. She doesn't need to be there. You just need to think about her and repeat the Ho'oponopono. Yeah, I think in the end, you're going to find that stillness, that inner stillness that's going to help you to go forward. Okay, hope that's helpful, Kay.
Okay, so this is really interesting because I got several cards that all pretty much reaffirm what Michelle was saying. The throat chakra from the Lemurian deck. And by the way, look at the wings up top. So this is the piece that Tanys was talking about, connecting to your angels. I think is really important, and asking them to come in and give you support. And I got some of that as well for you. But so it's the throat chakra, and then I got be authentic. It kind of like fell out, but they were all like the same. And honesty is essential. It's like, okay, spirit, we get it. It's essential for you to speak your truth. However, I think what's important here is speak with love and truth. So as Tanys always likes to remind us, you can be honest, but you also can be loving while you're being honest. It doesn't have to be like the passive aggressiveness, which I certainly have been guilty of at one time or another. And I see Kay was saying that she's a Virgo and I'm a Leo. Yeah, well, I'm a Virgo. So
And
yeah.
I'm a Leo.
Yes. And so, that, I mean, strong personalities, and we'd certainly like to have things our way. And I think it's a security issue a lot of the time. So that's just kind of what it is. So you have to kind of go into it with kindness. Like we were saying, kindness and understanding is going to get you much, much further than, just staying with the triggered part, which is a gift too. I did get, let me see here. I did get that you were like putting quite a bit of effort in, and that is definitely being noticed. That's not going by, for naught. Basically, you are putting a lot of, effort. But this is about support. And actually, I'm getting that your mother-in-law is going to, as Michelle was saying, she's going to actually come in pretty handy down the line, and she might be kind of an unexpected source of support for you at some point. And it's very important for you to have that support, because I'm also getting the gathering, and it says community, kinship, companionship. I may have gotten this for you before, if I remember correctly, but I keep hearing Spirit talking about how it's important for you to have the proper support. So you need to have at least a few people, like if you can have a couple of people at least around you that you can go to and you can have that support with, that's going to help alleviate a lot of your anxiety and a lot of the stuff that you've been going through. It's very, very important for you to have someone that you can connect back to. And talk the stuff out with and just get it out of your system, you know. And even sitting down and journaling and just sort of doing a stream of consciousness writing might be really beneficial for you. You know, I'm getting that this is a gift. This situation is a gift. It may not seem like it may not feel like it, but it is actually a gift, and you're going to be going through a lot. I mean, you're already going through a lot of growth as you're moving forward. And I'm so happy that you have, you know, been able to kind of move past some of your, the negative feelings that were coming up for you, to just open yourself up, because that takes a lot of courage and takes a lot of strength. So I am getting that there will be some miracles and blessings along this pathway for you. So this is, you're moving in the right direction. And funny, it says everything has its gift, and we were just talking about gift. And finally, it's advising you to be in the present and dream of the future. So you asked about what's going to happen moving forward with this. So if you can kind of just focus on being in the moment while you're around your mother-in-law, while you're communicating with her, while you're talking to her, and just dealing with her in general. And you can have really big dreams and really big goals that you're moving toward. But I feel like if you can stay in the present while dreaming really big, you're going to find things falling into place in a lot of ways. All right, Kay, I hope that was helpful.
Wonderful. Thank you, Renata. And Virgos and Leos can get along, because we're Virgos and Leos here. Yeah. So,
we love
you
each
know,
other.
normally I tell people, you know, they're volcanic because you got Leos, so it's your fire, and then you get the earth, which is the Virgo. But I mean, I married a Virgo moon and a Capricorn sun, and we get along fabulously just because we make it work. Okay. So it can work for you and your mother-in-law. And as far as property management, that's something I did in college. You could do that and your metaphysical practice as well. It just gives you a little bit more stability. Be open to new things regarding your career, something to support your business. Okay. All right. So our next question is from Sanandini.
Sanandini, yeah.
Sanandini. Okay, Sanandini. Should I date this person whom I'm like? And I believe you wrote something down here.
Yeah.
I like this person. Is he interested in me? Okay, so I pulled a few cards for you. And the first card I got was the World. Okay, so this is a very good card. What it tells me about you is that you need to go out and explore a little bit. You are poised to venture further out into the world, expand your boundaries through traveling, exploring old and new relationships, and perhaps through spiritual work. And before you go, you may, receive a very special insight, like a present from spirit. Okay. But whatever your situation is going to be, you will find universal love in life, because it is within you, and it's a big, beautiful thing. So I asked for a little bit more, and I said, I got the moon reversed, which means you will have a moment of clarity. When the moon is this way, it's confusion. When it's this way, it's clarity. Okay. So what this tells me is that as you go out into the world and you find out what you want, what you don't want, you can remove some of the self-delusion that you may have about relationships right now. And that will help you not lose sight of your needs moving forward, or losing yourself in a relationship, because that's very common for women to do. I did it in my early 20s. I do not recommend it. Okay. And then once you do that, I got the Lover's card, which is the most perfect card that you can get. Okay. So I feel like you have a little bit of exploring to do, my dear, and that is really going to open the doors for a profound and beautiful universal love. I found love in my 30s. I went through a lot of frogs before I kissed the prince. You'll find love too. And so the main thing I got from spirit for you regarding this person is pay attention to some of the red flags, because you still are developing your sense of self and what it means to be in a relationship, because we are one way when we're living alone and we have our own set of habits and hobbies and rules. But when you get into a serious relationship with another person, you're taking them along for the ride, and they have all of their stuff too. So, there might be some signs cautioning you about this person, about the people around you, and just take them as lessons, okay? Especially if you're younger. because I did not see the red flags in my 20s. I can see them now because I went through it. Okay. And then I got that this could be a past life relationship and that you've known each other before, this person. And that's why you're attracted to them. But again, pay attention to some red flags because they may be going through some stuff right now and may not be completely ready for a relationship. So the main thing I got from you is go out into the world, explore, find out what you want, you don't want, and you will attract the love of your life that will give you the universal love that you deserve. Okay, that's my advice to you. I hope that was helpful. Sun, Nan, Dini. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so I sort of have a similar feel about it, that, you know, there's some stuff that needs to change. So there's some renewing of your life that needs to happen. So really looking at, and this probably is related to the red flags that Michelle got. So renewing your life, right? So bringing in some new aspects and clearing out the clutter. And it feels like, I'm not sure if it's past relationship or whether it's past life relationship, but there's something there that's clutter. That's really, it's like a blockage for this particular relationship. But they are encouraging you to keep an open mind because your soulmate may actually differ. So I'm not sure that it's this particular person because I did get the retreat card. So it's time to disconnect, whether that's from this person or whether it's from the blockages and the stuff that's going on in your life at the moment. I feel like you could use a little break at the moment. Okay. They're encouraging you really just listen with your heart. Trust the messages that you receive with your heart. Okay. Because your guides are talking to you about this. So feel into that. Listen to your body. Think about this person and close your eyes and think about him and just feel what your body is doing. Is there a lot of like stress coming through when you're feeling about when you think about them? Or does it feel easy and comfortable? Right? You want to look at that. And they are encouraging you, like there will be one that you're going to give a chance to. So there is a relationship that you will be able to step into. And they are encouraging you about that because new love is coming. A new person is stirring your romantic feelings. Okay. And that one, you got the best card in this deck. It involves marriage. Okay. So I'm not sure it's this one that you're with. But I do feel that you are going to find that love, happiness, feels like pretty soon with those kind of cards. Very good cards between Michelle and I for your love life. So yeah, just keep an open mind. Okay. Because I think there may be something else on the horizon.
Thank you, Ms. Tanys. Yeah, it's interesting. I got some cards that were very similar. I got this card for you first, though. This is a third eye chakra, and I think that this is just spirit reminding you that the messages, as Tanys was saying, the messages that are coming through, because you are being communicated with. So this is about you connecting to that third eye and to, just your guides and spirit. This is very much about you kind of learning to be more comfortable in your body. Now, I did get that you need to clear away some of the excess like Tanys was talking about. All right, so there are some things that would be good for you to kind of get out of the way because they might be blocking your ability to fully connect with love. It says you're entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space, but I also feel like it's spiritual and psychological in nature, always with this card. And also this card, it says rediscover your zeal, but I think it's more about the message like Michelle was talking about. Pay attention to the passion you're feeling for discovery, learning, exploration. So this is about you exploring new things, spirituality, travel, your work or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. So I feel like this is just kind of a new undertaking for you, and you kind of need to immerse yourself in it a little bit to really feel out where you are. All right, now my love deck, the order of the cards that I got is kind of interesting. So I got slow down, don't go into this too quickly. Okay, it says pause and allow things to unfold. I got get to know each other. All right, so take the time to really get to know this person. And I got this one last, so I'm kind of wondering, I got a new love last. So I'm kind of feeling like Tanys was talking about there might be another person coming into your life. It may not necessarily be this particular guy. So you might have, while you're kind of developing a relationship with this person, another individual might come along who might be like even a better fit for you. Okay, but it's okay because you're right where you're supposed to be, and you are meant to connect to this person right now that you're asking about. But just take your time. Don't jump into it too quickly. And that's basically what I have for you. I hope that was helpful for you, Sunandini. Hope we're saying your name correctly.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. That was wonderful. And I noticed that there are a ton of questions left to go. And again, if you tip, you can get to the head of the line. So there are a few people. Can I still get a reading? If you tip, we will do one more reading. Otherwise, we are going to have to go to another show today. So let's see. I'll see if anything comes in. But in the meantime, again, my name is Michelle Marie. I'm from Astrological Tarot. I am so glad that you guys joined us today. And if we see a tip come in, we'll go ahead and answer your question real quick. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and sign off and go over to GGTV. And here is the link if you'd like to join us. It's pulver.com/GG-TV-1. Or just go to pulver.com and it's Grateful Goddesses. It's a fabulous show. It's run by our friend Karen, and she's just a fabulous human being. So
We're
thank you
being
all.
asked, by the way, how much is a tip?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
we normally get, it ranges. So it's what you can afford, because it basically tells us that you value our energy and our time, and it helps pay our fees to keep this going. The platform and the advertising. Yeah. So tip what you can. That's what we appreciate. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm Tanys Coughlan from Twillow Lifestyle Community, and I am a Reiki master and crystal master, Celtic Shamanic High Priestess, and I'm just really honored to be here tonight. So thank you all for coming, and look forward to seeing you next week.
And I am Renata from Readings by Renata, and you can reach me at readings@renata.net. Thank you so much for being here. We enjoy your company immensely. If you guys want us to get to your questions, like Michelle said, please either send us a tip so you can get to the front of the line, and you can help us pay for the cost of the show, or get on a little bit earlier, because if you guys are coming at the end of the show and you would like us to do a reading, then chances are we're not going to be able to get around to it.
Okay, great. Well, Glenise said that he or she, I believe she just tipped, and I just got, okay. So we have a tipper. All right, Glenise, go ahead and ask your question, because you asked if you could get a reading, and we will go ahead and answer that real quick before we head over to Grateful Goddesses. So go ahead and put that in the chat for us, please.
Love reading.
General readings. Just would love.
I would love
general reading.
Okay, love reading. All right. Well, while I'm picking cards, I'm going to pass this over to Tanys.
No, not love reading. I think just would love quick general reading.
Oh, love a quick general reading.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what comes up. Oh, wow. That's why it came out like that. Cool.
Cards jumping out.
I actually had a couple jump out too. It was the initiate. It's like,
oh, wow. Live one.
Apparently you were meant to get that one, whatever it is.
Woo!
Ooh, hello.
You got some energy.
Okay, why am I'm getting stuff flying too?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, well, the love thing was coming up because the first card I got was opening to love.
Ooh.
So my heart is open. So I am getting that you are open to love. Love isn't always romantic love. It might be other stuff, platonic love or family love. But this is really about you going with the flow in your love life. That's what I feel this one is about. So you can see there's passion with flames, and this one is definitely about sort of that love life thing, right? So your heart is open. Water means it's flowing. So you have a lot of love flowing into your life, okay?
Cackle, cackle, cackle.
And you're going to be flying free. So that just means that you're going to find peace, right? There's a dove in this one. So I really feel doves are related to love, and they're related to peace. And so I really feel like this is going to be a very, very good way for you to sit. Okay. So I feel when I say sit, I mean sit in that energy. Okay. So staying in the love and flow energy is going to really help to bring that love into your life, because there is a fresh start coming. Okay. So that you are going to be experiencing a new beginning in your life, and it's going to be a wonderful change. You could see here the polar opposites. I'm really drawn to the spring side of this. Okay, with the iris and the little hummingbird there. So very much a positive new beginning. And then I got the embarking on an adventure. So I do feel, I actually feel, so when I get this, it really sort of speaks to me about a spiritual journey. So I think you may be starting a spiritual journey of some type. I'm actually, I don't know whether this is something I'm getting like an ashram journey. I don't know why, but I'm getting some kind of like retreat, yoga, ashram kind of thing for you. Okay. So I don't know if that's something that you've considered, but I definitely feel like there's some kind of spiritual journey, and it may involve some travel like that, like some kind of a retreat. Croatia, sure. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting energy there. Running trip. Oh yeah, perfect. So running is very much that it can be that meditative state too, right? When you're running, there's that repetitive motion, and you can get into that meditative state. So yeah, not yoga, but running. Yeah, for sure. I would say that would be a great place to go with that. Good luck with that.
Okay, I got really good cards too. I love it when I get good cards in a love reading. I'm just like, yay, no red flags. Okay. But what I did get for you, the first card that popped out of the Wild Goddess Oracle is the Survivor. So you've been through some stuff. Things might not work out as planned. They didn't really work out as planned in your life. But remember all that you've endured and how resilient that you've proven to be through all of the trials that you've gone through. Okay, because the second thing that flew out of the deck, literally flew, was the angel. Mm-hmm. You have angels all around you and their support. So the angels are helping you through this survival experience that you went through. And that is going to really prime you for a beautiful and wonderful relationship, because I got really good cards. So I'm so excited. Okay, so the first thing I got was this is a past life relationship. You have known each other before. So you're going to be able to slip into this pretty well. Okay, this is something that you just got used to. And Tanys, you might have been tapping into my energy because I connected to my husband through yoga, and we are past life mates as well. And if this is coming your way, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, because the next card I got was, it's your soulmate. Rosie agrees. She's squeaking her toy. She's so excited. So your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay. And so, yeah, this is just a happy card. I mean, I married my soulmate and I'm happy, happy, happy. Okay. We do yoga together. We are 24/7 couple. And it's because we have all these past lives together to where it just works. Okay. So I am pumped for you, because then I got the sun. Like, you can't get any better than these cards. So the sun is basically a time of happiness shared with those that you love. The sunflowers, they symbolize growth. There's a walled garden that indicates protection from the world. It's paradise. It's innocence. There's children at play. Ideas come to fruition. And you're just going to have a lot of strength and success in this relationship. So look forward to a spell of sunshine and a time of deserved success, because you've been through it. The angels are helping you through this survival period so that you could really enjoy the fruits of your good karma. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the warmth and the light that are coming your way. And yes, the sun's element is fire. So this is a very Leo card. Just Tanys and I are Leos, we're born a day apart. So yeah. Yeah, so really enjoy this time of creativity and of love and just passion and fun. So I'm so glad I got good cards for you.
Aw, thank you, Michelle. Those were wonderful. Glennie, so I was kind of, cackling in the background, but like Tanys was talking about, literally this, the water and the overflow. Tanys, I think these were like your exact words. Um, so yeah, I feel like this is just kind of talking about some of the stuff that you've been through and how overwhelming it's been, because you've been kind of juggling a lot of different things. And I also got this air card, which is, it says paradigm shift. So this is kind of indicative of you going through a transformative time, which, as we know, can be extremely challenging and difficult. But you'll notice that there are wings here, and this is just indicating that you're meant to take flight. And that's kind of, I guess, why some of these cards were jumping out for all of us. It's very important for you to have understanding for yourself. I feel like this is like a really important understanding and forgiveness of yourself, and to just be okay with who you are and the choices you've made. Like, I don't know why, but this one kind of jumped out at me as being really important, because it's part of your journey to just accept and love yourself as you are. And okay, I went to my love deck because I know you said, okay, you guys said love. So my camera is not focusing, but I drew a few cards from the love deck. And it says, love is all around you. Okay, so definitely opportunities. That tells me that you were going to have opportunities coming up. It says there is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. And it's true, like Tanys was saying, they're all different kinds of loves, right? Mm-hmm. And we often forget to acknowledge that, but that's the truth, because at our core, that is what we are. We are love. I got focus on love. So when you go on your little trip.
Oh, I love that card.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful card. And it's got, it's the dragon. And we've been talking about dragons lately. And it's this, the lady there is kind of like part of a tree. She's literally connected, like at her legs and feet are part of the roots of the tree. And there are branches growing out of her head, basically. So very interesting card. But so it says, focus on love. And look for the good in everyone. I feel like this is good for you as well. Try to focus on your strengths, because you do have many, but you don't necessarily acknowledge them. I got this. All right, Tanys, you were talking about the trip, the voyage, or whatever it is that you were talking about, and I drew this like right before you said that, and I feel like this card is more about. It says, yes,
very similar.
Yeah, and this is not about love endures, like the message on it, but this is about the imagery here. So this is indicative of like the trip that you're taking. Mm-hmm. Talking about the trip that you're taking. What's that second one, Tanys?
There was the embarking on an adventure.
Yes.
And opening to love. Yep. They're both about like sort of that.
Yes.
A boat and traveling and yeah.
Right. So this is about the exactly. Yes. So this is about you taking that trip. So this is telling us that the trip that you're taking is probably where you're going to meet this person. And then finally, I got this: spend quality time together. Again, there's another, it's like a gondola. Mm-hmm. And, they're under this lilac tree and just kind of, enjoying each other's company. So that is what you were being encouraged to do. Okay, Glennie, you're going to have to come back and tell us how that trip went.
Yeah. It's going to be transformative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we are so excited for you. That's awesome. Now, Phoebe, we did get your tip. So, ladies, are you open to do one more question, or do you want to save it until next week?
Yeah, we can do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, Phoebe, go ahead and ask your question, and we'll go ahead and get to you, okay? And the reason we're getting to Phoebe is because Phoebe tips, okay? And tips get over here. Tips get priority, okay? So we appreciate you sharing your energy with us as we're sharing it with you.
Glennie said she's passing by Italy, so maybe she might be able to take that gondola ride.
Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, so we'll just wait. Okay, yes, Phoebe, you're welcome. Go ahead and ask your question. We'll go ahead and get to you, okay?
This maybe should be our last one, though, eh?
Yes, yes. Anyone who tips will get to you come next week, and we will go ahead and get to you. Again, that's 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. You're welcome, Glennie.
Yes, you're very welcome. Yeah, she says, this was, Gleneef, this was awesome. Thank you for all your time. You are so welcome. Thank you for your contribution. We really appreciate it. Okay, so we're just waiting for your question, Phoebe. Okay, here we go. I would like some guidance on where to live. I recently went back to the UK and I'm not sure how long I'll stay or if I should stay. I grew up here. So I will stay here or go back to Canada. What do I need to know about these environments for me, etc.? So I'm getting the UK or Canada. Okay, UK or Canada. I'm going to go ahead and hide your questions so you can see the cards. Okay, UK or Canada. We'll do Canada first. Hello.
Oh, Phoebe, now I have to hear you say schedule, which is one of my favorite words I ask people from the UK to say.
Okay, I got Canada. I got Taurus for Canada. Okay, Taurus is all about securing your base. It's about practicality. So I feel like Canada is the more practical choice for you to make. It's going to help you really stabilize and secure your environment, secure your base, which is so important right now because with Uranus and Taurus, all of our financial and institutional systems are up in the air. Both political, financial, it's all up in the air. So I feel like Canada can provide you with some of the stability that you're looking for. And let's look at the UK. Hello. Oh, interesting. Okay, so for the UK, I got Pisces and I got Mars. Okay, Mars is your inner warrior. It's that solar plexus area. It's how you project your energy into the world. And Pisces is a highly, highly spiritual card. So I feel like there could be some spiritual, you could be a spiritual warrior of some kind if you stay in the UK. So again, for the Canada, I got it's stable. It's a practical choice, but I got that there is a, I keep getting spiritual warrior from spirit. There's something that you can do in the UK that will open up the doors for you to ultimately experience something on a spiritual level. Okay.
Michelle, did you see what she just said? She just said, oh my God, I'm a Pisces sun and a Taurus moon.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's the karma cards. Okay. So your inner warrior likes, that's kind of your sense of getting things done, really likes the UK. Okay. That would be the sun. Okay. Because what Mars does is he supports the ego, which is the sun. Okay. So when you're in the UK, you will really be able to let your Pisces sun shine. I don't know if you do psychic work or if you're intuitive, but if you have a sun in Pisces, it's likely that you do. Okay. And then Taurus, this is your inner self. This is your emotional self. Wants security. It's seeking a stable environment. So that's what Taurus represents. So the decision is yours. Both are okay options, but you have to basically, do I go with my inner feelings, my emotional self, my need for stability, or do I go with how I want to shine in the world, the ego? Okay. So you got to make a decision between your sun and your moon. That's what I see going on for you. And I know that Tanys has some more cards for you.
So I had, for UK, I got emerging into grace. Okay. I opened my soul to grace and healing the past. So I feel as though if you stay in the UK, that it's going to help you to do some healing. Some past healing, because there's some stuff there to work with. And that's going to help you to emerge into grace. Okay. If you go to Canada, I believe that you'll start to listen with your heart and you're going to start a spiritual journey. And you're also going to open to some ancient wisdom.
Hmm.
So I feel as though coming to Canada, I say coming because that's where I am, coming to Canada would be almost a more spiritual choice for you. I think that the warrior piece is part of this healing, the ancestral healing. So the warrior piece that Michelle was talking about is about the ancestral healing. And you will merge into grace with that. But I feel as though almost like the more psychic gifts may be more potent for you in Canada. So I also asked, what does she need to know about this? And just ignite courage. So know that you are transitioning. There is a jump over this wall here. And so I do feel that you are going to be transitioning. And I think your question said that you were in the UK. You were asking whether you should move back to Canada. I did get a fresh start. So I think that moving back to Canada will give you that fresh start. I then got a giving birth, which is another start card. On this one, again, there's that peace and the moon. So that's very much, again, for me, that intuitive piece and finding peace. So that still goes with the practicality of the Taurus being in Canada as well. But it is encouraging you to look deeper and to notice those inner gems. So I think that, like Michelle said, either one is going to serve a different purpose, but they're both going to be a good outcome for you. I don't feel there's a bad outcome in either of them. Okay. And even with the UK one being, the healing of the past, healing is awesome because you just raise your vibration. So there's some hidden gems in that piece for you. Okay. So look beneath the surface to make your decision and tap into that intuitive side that you have. Okay. In order to make that decision.
Okay, Phoebe. So it's interesting because I didn't do like separate draws for each place. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for, just based on the cards, are we leaning in one direction or are we leaning in another? Like where, So here's the card that I got, just trying to pull for that. It says, seeing both sides. Okay. I know that doesn't exactly help you figure out which one to go with, but I think this is what Michelle and Tanys were talking about, that each place has its pluses and minuses. Yeah. So this is about you kind of feeling out, what is it that you're feeling true enthusiasm for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what is it that you feel bring out that like joyful excitedness, that childlike feeling? That what is it that makes you feel like, what, I really feel connected to this place, and I feel like in my heart and in my yes, in my heart and like in my body, I feel like this aligns with me. So this is not so much a head question as it is like a heart and soul question, which is why I didn't want to pull separately. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there are definitely benefits. I did get that you're seeking out home, and this is some of like what Tanys was talking about, this imagery with the heart, right? And like connecting to your heart, and you are looking for like to settle into your home, like what truly feels like home to you. I think we already knew that. I also got this, consider your foundation card.
Taurus.
So yeah, I think that is important. So I guess it's interesting because it's not that you're necessarily being encouraged to stay in the UK, because intuitively I do feel more of a pull for Canada. But I think your foundation is speaking to some of your past life experiences and some of your experiences in this life and working through, because I think it's affecting you not just in this regard, but it's affecting you in a lot of different ways. So it would be wise for you to kind of consider some of the things you've been through while you were in the UK and see if you can work through that a little bit. Just kind of let yourself feel it out fully, and then let it leave your body. Okay, that's what I'm getting.
And that last card, Renata, can you pull that up for me, please? The heart one. No, the one before that. The home. That home. So when that was up, I kept hearing, home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is.
Yep.
So that, to me, it doesn't matter which one you choose. You have to love it.
Yes. Right.
You will.
That's what I was talking about. The enthusiasm, that childlike, kind of excitedness of like really truly feeling thrilled to be there. Which one does that for you? You kind of have to just sit in the quiet and just feel it out and see how it feels in your body. And someone else was asking a question earlier, and Tanys, you were kind of talking about this, but how does it feel in your body? Does it feel, I like to think of it, does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Right? So just sit with it a little bit, and how does it feel in your body? And you'll know, because you are getting messages regarding this. Okay.
And I wanted to add that Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus, which is the Anahata, which is the heart chakra. So that was perfect, Renata. So I'm getting Canada. What about you guys?
I'm rooting for Canada too. Phoebe's asking, do you have any timeline for how long? I would say a couple months.
Okay. Well, Taurus rules the second house, so there you go. And then I also got the initiate for you. So acknowledging what you do not know and learning with a beginner's mind so you can become accepted as an authority one day. So you're going to be initiating a lot of this on your own. It's going to take a lot of courage. But the main thing that I got as far as time is I was told by Spirit, go with the flow. Listen to your spirit. Maybe seek some time in meditation to get those answers that you're looking for. Okay? That's what I would recommend for you.
Some kind of a spiritual initiation to become that warrior of light.
By the way, Tan, I totally forgot about this card, and Tanys, maybe you can advise on this, but I did get the crystal path, which is supposed to help. So maybe there are specific crystals that you can recommend that might be helpful, but it says mineral spirits, crystal beings. So that might be a little bit helpful there with your decision.
I'm feeling unikite is going to help you. It's very good for transitions, and it helps you to look at your heart space when you're making those transitions. Okay, so that's unikite. I would recommend you work with that a little bit.
Okay, great. And Phoebe says, thank you so much to all of you for your beautiful energy. This was so helpful. You are so welcome, Phoebe. Thank you for joining us today. It was wonderful being able to read you, and we appreciated your energy so much. Okay, so we're going to sign out, and just sending you much love, Michelle Marie, Astrological Tarot. And here we go.
Twillow Lifestyle Community.
Renata, readings by Renata.
Yay! Okay, we're gonna do our heart thing. There we go. Oh, yay! All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We love all of you. And again, you can see us here every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. Please join us next week. And thank you all for your time and energy. We truly, we adore you and just love that you're here with us every week. So thank you so much. Take care.